Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos.
Top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB, guys. And on this YouTube channel, I show you guys how to get juiced calves. I mean, I show you how to make money trading crypto, whether the price is going up or down. So if you like this stuff, sit back, grab your popcorn, grab your macaroni, grab your spaghetti, grab your penny alla vodka, or as we call it, penny vodka. And get ready, guys, because we have an awesome show for you tonight. We have plenty to look at on the charts as Bitcoin is holding above 22K. We have the CPI data coming out tomorrow. Are we going to pump? Are we going to dump? What level should we be watching? I'm going to let you guys know all of that in tonight's stream. So thank you all. We got 225 people in here already, starting it off strong on a Monday night. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. If you have not already, smash that like button, because every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where you guys have a chance to win free NFTs, Ledger Nano S's, Ledger Nano X's, Frankie Candles hats, Frankie Candles t-shirts. Who knows what you're going to win here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, but smash that like button if you have not already, guys. I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in today. And like I said, guys, not only do we have a lot to look at on the charts, but we have a new camera angle. Shout out to Decker in chat. We do have a new camera angle that we're going to try out tonight. I don't know if you guys are going to be a big fan of this one, but we'll cut to that camera in just a second. I want to give you guys multiple camera angles for this TA, just so we can have a three-dimensional view of what the markets are going to do. But I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. Before we jump into the charts, guys, let's go ahead and say what is up to chat, as you guys are already popping off in here. Let's see. Red John, what is going on? Thank you for being here. Ken Smith, what is going on? I appreciate you for being here, brother. Shout out to all of our mods, guys. If you don't know, we have the best mods in the YouTube game. Crypto Billy, Rob the Crypto Snob, D Petty Crypto, Tyler Durden, Tony D, Captain Kirk, and Crypto Billy. Tyler Durden, I don't know if I got them all. I think I got them all. But shout out to our mods, guys. They help me out a ton with this YouTube channel. So show them some love in chat. Who else we got? My Prediction, what is going on? Thank you for being here. Let's see. Taylor, as always, happy to have you in here. Wendell, what is going on? Shout out to Wendell. Thank you for being back here, brother. Let's see. Bufo on the beat. Welcome back. The Days of Old. Brian, Round Earth, Gary. Let's see. Anthony, guys, we got Tony Soprano in the chat, guys. Show him some love. Don't want to disappoint Tony Soprano. Tony, I think you won a giveaway on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. So if you did not see that, just a heads up there, brother. And Lucho wins every single time. But shout out to Brad and Crash. But guys, we have a lot to look at, like I said. So I do want to get right into the charts here. So without further ado, guys, let me find the button on the stream deck. Do I look a little light? I feel like I don't have enough light on my face. But guys, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the charts. Oh, God. Calf cam. God, sorry. Whoa. I did not think we were going to cut right to the calf cam. I wanted to ease you guys into the calf cam. But there you go. A little sneak peek of our new camera angle by popular demand, the calf cam. So, guys, if Bitcoin is not pumping, you know the calves are pumping. There they are in all their glory. And there's BJ. There's BJ. Petting the calves, guys. This was long overdue. So I know I landed on the wheel a long time ago. Calf reveal, baby cow reveal, and I never did it. So I figured, why not introduce the baby cows to you guys on a live, right? You guys can meet them in real life. But there they are, guys. Those are the calves. Frank, you got me hooked on Lux Algo. Shout out to Blake. Yes, Lux Algo is absolutely amazing. And guys, someone said I'm blind. Andy says I'm blind. Oh God. Are the calves an indicator? Yes, the calves are an indicator. Yes, the calves are an indicator, guys. Sometimes the calves can flash very, very rare bullish and bearish signs, and we'll get into that in today's stream, as always. Shout out to everybody in chat. You guys, there you go, guys. Oh, it says, is BJ a real person or AJ? No, BJ is different. BJ does all of our live stream stuff, a lot of our technical stuff on the technical end, and then AJ AJ is one of the writers here at BitBoy Crypto. So two different people. We got AJ and BJ. I'm going to cut to the calf cam real quick, guys, because BJ's under the desk, which is kind of weirding me out. Oh, okay. There's BJ hanging out with the calves. That is BJ, guys. BJ, AJ, different. BJ live stream, AJ writer. Is BJ real or AI? Yeah, shout out to Frank's inability to recognize letters. But yeah, yeah, on that note, if I was able to read that correctly, yes, BJ is AI. BJ is not a real person. He's actually just very, very elite computer code. Oh, and he's also a lightsaber master, guys. But shout out to BJ for setting up the calf cam. We appreciate that. I know the CandleMafia, yeah, and TJ, that's right. Yeah, so shout out to BJ, guys. We love BJ. Mrs. Candle's in the studio tonight. But without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Not my calves. You guys got the calves already. That's it. You get one calf shot per stream. I'm just kidding. We'll cut back to them in a minute. But, guys, we have a ton of really good stuff to look at. So let's go ahead and dig into the charts here. Let me turn off the VPVR, and let's go down to or up to the weekly time frame because we have some new stuff to look at, guys. On the weekly, as you guys know, let me get rid of this and let me get rid of this. As you guys know, if you guys watch the morning stream, you will know that we have some new stuff to look at on the weekly chart here. And now we did confirm a yellow X on the weekly time frame, which was making us expect a bearish movement, and we wound up actually getting that bearish movement of about 15-16%, right? Now, are we going to see this yellow X play out more than this? Potentially. However, what you want to realize now on the weekly chart, we are starting to print a green dot. And something you want to look at here, guys, we are putting in, this is kind of one of those situations that we were looking at for the bottom, right? If you guys remember on one of these live streams recently, I showed you multiple scenarios for a bottom potentially coming in or being in. And those thoughts were, 17.5 was already the bottom, or we could potentially come down and double bottom with the formation of bullish divergences on the weekly time frame. But we're going to take a look at that in just a second. But I want to run through the top-down analysis, give you guys a general idea of how I'm feeling about the market. And then we'll kind of come back and we'll look at how basically one of the scenarios that we thought was going to happen actually could be playing out as we speak. But on the short, in the short term, in few words, I don't know. I don't know how to say this, but quickly, if I'm good, I can't talk. But in short terms, I think is what I'm saying. In short terms, green dot printing on the weekly time frame, guys, as we are getting this blue candle. So this could potentially invalidate this yellow X, and not invalidate it completely, but just, maybe prevent it from playing out even further. We did see this yellow X print. We came down about 16%, so it did play out, but the question is, will it play out more? And if this green dot confirms, we could potentially completely invalidate this, and as you guys are going to kind of feel out my sentiment, you guys will figure that out as we work down these time frames here. But looking at the 5-day, you do have your VWAP creeping up towards that zero line. Looking to print a green dot here pretty soon. Let me actually make this a little bigger. And as you can see, we are putting in a nice little anchor wave with a somewhat of a trigger wave right here. But the thing to take away here is that you have a big wave, and then you have another wave with a higher low, right? Indicating that momentum is coming to the upside. You're starting to get your money flow to round off here. So these momentum waves, if you're going by basic market cipher strategy, this is basically showing that momentum is coming to the upside. And, I'm a little torn here, right? You could actually say, right here, yeah, bullish divergences potentially going to form here on the 5-day, as well as the 6-day. Not really the 6-day. I know some people are calling these bullish divergences. I don't know if I'm willing to call them because we don't technically have the lower lows like on this weekly time frame. You can see, right? We have a green dot here, right here, right? And then our second green dot is this candle came higher. But, some people are calling these bullish divergences. And, granted, we are not getting the lower low on price here on the weekly, at least on Heikinashi candles. Just the fact that we have a low on Market Cipher B with a higher low here, you have your low and then your higher low showing momentum. You do have the divergence here on Market Cipher B, which, we've back tested this before. We talk about this we haven't talked about it in a while, but I have talked about it in the past where, sometimes you don't necessarily need to have that lower low on your price as long as you have your higher low on market cipher B. If you don't get that lower low on price, you can still see, pretty big price movements just based off of the higher low on market cipher B. And we are indeed getting that right here, which would be bullish in my opinion. Again, 5-day VWAP looking to print that green dot pretty soon as well. 6-day printing a green dot as well. 4-day, printing that green dot. 3-day, printing that green dot. Guys, green dots all over the higher time frames, and you want to remember that, right? When we have the yellow X's on the higher time frames, when we have the blood diamonds on the higher time frames, we keep that in mind, right? And now that we're seeing these green dots printing on the higher time frames, we want to remember that as well, right? This is generally bullish. And then here you go. Obviously, our green dot was confirmed on the daily time frame and the 2-day. What was the last one? Yeah, 3-day is printing, but the 2 and the 3-day are confirmed. Looking to potentially roll back over here. As far as looks like we could potentially cool off as you see the VWAP starting to round off here on the 1-day, as well as the 2-day starting to taper over. Now, you guys know the VWAP. I like to talk about. The way I explain the VWAP is the VWAP is the ebbs and the flows of the market, right? So if I see the VWAP coming towards that 0 line, I'm getting ready for a short-term move, right? I'm either getting ready for an ebb or a flow. I'm not looking, oh my God, the VWAP's coming down on the daily, we're going to crash to 0. But I am looking at the VWAP coming down on the daily thinking that we could cool off a little bit, right? But with that being said, you see the 2-day. The 2-day here, we are starting to round off with the VWAP, which would indicate that we could cool off in the short term. But the main thing I'm looking at here is this money flow, guys. This money flow does not look bad, right? We came down, we came back up, then we came down to come a little bit deeper, and now we are getting pretty nice rounded curvature right here towards that 0 line, looking for a money flow crossover on the 2-day, in which case, if we do get one, could be very, very big, right? The last time we actually got a money flow crossover into the green would be basically right here, and then once that happened, once that money flow crossover happened into the green right about here, you see we actually did. It actually started us off with a 21% dump, which is interesting. Not typical of a money flow crossover, but just generally from there, right about here, we did wind up coming up about 55%. And then the one before that was basically, the last time the 2-day was in the red before that was essentially during the March 2020 dump. And then that next 2-day money flow crossover into the green was the beginning of this bull run of this cycle. So 2-day money flow is nothing to mess around with. Definitely a serious bullish sign. The fact that we are getting close to, it's not happening yet, but we are getting close. We could see it maybe potentially roll back over as that VWAP comes down, but generally it's coming up, which would be bullish. Moving on to the daily, obviously, as we said, VWAP starting to roll over, could be a potential cool-off period coming in here shortly. However, if you're looking at that money flow, it is coming up back towards that 0 line, which would be bullish if we get that crossover as well. Our last little money flow crossover here did bring us up a little bit there. And I can't wait to dig into this price action, guys, because there's just so much that we've been talking about on this channel that has just been playing out perfectly. If we're going to bring up the Discord, guys, listen, get in the free Discord, guys. I don't know what to tell you. It feels like, yes, Kenton Smith mentions the DXY dropping. We're going to take a look at that as well. Another thing that's making me feel a little bit bullish. We also have the 10-year yield right at support, looking to potentially break down. So we're going to take a look at that as well. What is going on, Ant Art NFTs? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Guys, get in the free Discord. Last night, I wanted to watch a new movie, right? I think it's called Moonfall. I really wanted to watch it. Mrs. Candles wanted to watch it, and I said, no, I got to update the Discord. And she's like, I want to watch the movie. I said, let me update the Discord. We got to split the time, half CandleMafia, half Mrs. Candles. But I had to get in there and update the Discord, guys. We called out the levels we were looking for, and then, boom, we woke up, and we were at the levels. Listen, I don't know. Sometimes the CandleMafia has a crystal ball. It's not a big deal. But if you're not in the free Discord, definitely get in there because we are spitting those key levels and those key setups to help you guys, maybe see some things pop out on the chart so you could do your own analysis. And if you agree, you can make your decisions based off of your TA. But I'm just there to kind of put the bug in your ear. But yeah, definitely check that out. We'll bring that up in just a second. However, here on the 16-hour, this is where things start to look like we may cool off, right? VWAP coming towards that zero line on the 16-hour. And guys, we were looking at the 16-hour, and I just want to bring this up because I think it's important to just kind of show what we've seen in the past, right? As you guys know, we were looking at these levels, right? We were looking essentially, I'm going to hide everything right now. We were looking at this area, right? Just this range of price action. And as we were coming down to support, which if you guys watch the channel, you will know we had a very key level of support down here, which was the value area high. And there was a plethora of reasons why we were expecting a bounce off of this level. Number one, value area high, very key support. We also had bullish divergences forming on time frames very like the 16-hour, right? And you can see that. Not the strongest divergence, but you can see you are making higher lows on your market cipher B, and you were making lower lows on price. That's a bullish divergence. As you're coming down to the value area low, which is very key support, and we were already watching for a potential double bottom formation, which has basically happened here, depending on how the rest of this plays out, could be the start of our double bottom correction. And then on top of that, we also had the 4-hour money flow coming up at this time, which gave us plenty of confidence to, figure out that we could potentially get a strong bounce here. So I just like to kind of backtrack, show you guys how we were able to see this move to the upside before it happened. And that was, one of the big things, the 16-hour bullish divergence as you come down to key support with money flow in the 4-hour coming up, makes for a recipe for a decent bounce. Now, moving on to your 12-hour VWAP coming towards the zero line, looking similar to the 16-hour, your 8-hour. Ooh, baby, this thing came so close to printing a red dot, and now found a little support, but now we are coming back over. This is one of the things that I am looking for to see a potential cool off here. If we print that red dot while we have money flow on these lower time frames crossing over into the red, like the 24-minute, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, that could potentially give us a decent move to the downside. Excuse me. Shout out to Ethan. Shout out to Ethan Wiley or Willie. Not sure how to pronounce that one, but shout out to you, brother. Thank you for the super chat. He says, pump the likes. Guys, pump the likes if you like Bitcoin pumping, or if you like Frank doing calf raises. Here we go. Calf raises. This is key for peak health, guys. Calf raises. Shout out to the calf cam. But yeah, thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that super chat. I'm just out here doing calf raises live on stream. This isn't even a fitness channel. This is a crypto channel, but we're pumping the likes. We're pumping the calves, guys. We're trying to get those veins pumping in the calves. Shout out to Daddy Zach. I appreciate you, brother. He says, G-O-T, got dang. Frankie, you are good at this. I appreciate you, Daddy Zach. And we love you on this channel, man. You're an OG. You've officially been knighted in as an OG, Daddy Zach. But guys, as we move on here, that's one of the main things I'm looking at. 8-hour red dot, right? We have our 8-hour red dot looking to print here very soon. Now, again, I want to cover this. I'm not saying that I'm waiting for this thing to dump to zero when this happens, because if you look at your money flow on the 8-hour, pretty nice, right? I mean, we came nice and deep into the red, and then now we're coming up, and it looks like we want to cross over into the green pretty soon, which would be very bullish. However, your VWAP is crossing below the zero, or looks like it wants to cross over the zero line pretty soon here, which would indicate a little correction, right? But generally bullish because of that money flow, showing that money is entering back into the asset. So let's get back out of Market Cipher B here and continue down your 6-hour money flow crossover. This was a pretty bullish sign as well, guys. And this was one way you could have potentially seen this pump coming. Now, looking at I'm going to break down how we knew that this pump, this pump back up to the levels that we marked out in the Discord happened. And I don't think that made sense. Shout out to the Discord. I saw somebody said, Frankie's going live, guys. I hopped in there and answered them. But I do want to bring you guys over here. This is our Discord for anybody who has never seen it. Completely free, guys. You can get in here absolutely free. Tons of really good resources here. We have a trading channel, BTC TA, ETA, altcoin TA, off-topic content suggestions or content requests, guys. If you have any videos you want to see made, please put them in here. I could use the inspiration for videos to make. I like to see what you guys want to see, what you don't want to see. I don't want to make content you don't want to see. And then resources, people put tons of stuff that have helped them, have basically helped them learn. They put little documents. Maybe here's a video on Bookmap. So get in there as well. Super helpful stuff. Then we have our winners wall where we can check out all the CandleMafia crushing these trades. Absolutely savage in here. Captain Kirk, shout out to Captain Kirk with a 25% gain. ENS with a 76% gain. But yeah, guys, absolutely crushing in the Discord. So if you're not in here, get in here for completely free. But what I want to show you guys is my exclusive TA here. You got the Frankie Candles TA. And I don't put it in every single day, but it's often, guys. I'm in here pretty often. I hop in chat pretty often as well, hang out with the Mafia. But guys, this is what we put in there last night at about 9:16. I said right now we are currently we are approaching key resistance at our third target at the high at the value area high at about 21,922 with money flow coming out and bear divs on the lower time frame. So as you guys know, when you come up to that key support, key resistance, right? And you're showing money flow coming out on lower time frames and you're getting a lot of bearish divergences. This is typically a good place to look for a short, which is what I said next. Because of this, I would usually be looking for shorts right now, but we do have a green dot printing on the weekly again, which is a very bullish sign. We also have a green dot on the 3-hour, which could bring us up in the short term. If we continue up, I will be looking at the range between the spider line at about 22.3 and the top of the purple box at about 22.675. And if we pull up our chart here, we'll come to a little bit of a lower time frame. Zoom in just a bit, and you could see last night, this is basically where we were talking about. I believe, somewhere around here, we were coming up to our value area high before, getting a little rejection here. But that green dot on the 3-hour was able to pump us up. And guys, we came right to the target, right? Let's turn on our spider line so we can get, we did have confluence here. Now, this was a non-logarithmic spider line, but we did break out of that value area high. And not only, we got pumped right up to that spider line. We actually tested it right here before coming back into the value area, then broke back out of the value area, touched that spider line, bing-bonged around a little bit, and came right up to our purple box. So we were able to call that right on the nose, and it's not for no reason, right? I didn't just guess that it was going to pump up there. We were able to do this analysis that I teach you guys every day on this live stream so you guys can see this too. If you don't know, if you're new, hey, what's up, Andu? Andu, I don't know how to say your name. I apologize, but what is going on? Thank you for being here. Das Boot says Frankie's turning his calves into bulls. That's right, baby. They're just bulls in training. But yeah, if you guys don't know, my goal on this channel here is not to gatekeep all my secrets and keep you guys a slave to watching these videos. I want to teach you guys how to see what I see. That way, if I can't post in the Discord one night and you see, like, you could see what I see and know that it's going to pump before it actually happens. So that's how we were able to predict that, guys. Let's just continue on here. After we have pumped up and hit these levels, I actually went short this morning. If you guys watch the morning stream on the BitBoy Crypto channel, you will know that I was in a scalp short, which I did close for about, I think it was a small gain. However, to show you guys how I was able to get into that short, essentially what I was seeing here was a bearish divergence on the 15-minute, right? And we also were printing a red dot on the 4-hour, which actually has since gone away. But as you can see right here, let's see. Boom. You have your red dot here. Your momentum wave makes a high, a lower high, and then you have your price action making a high and then a higher high, indicating that bearish divergence. You were able to short it down here, down to here, right? Wrote it down for almost 2%. Took profit, moved my stop loss to my entry, and then I got stopped out on this move. I got stopped out in profit. So it was a winning trade, but didn't get as much juice as I thought was going to happen. I didn't get as much juice out of this short as I thought because our 4-hour red dot, right? I was expecting I got that little move off the 15-minute bearish divergence, and then also the 2-hour was printing a bearish divergence as well. As you can see, same deal, very similar to the 15-minute. You have your highs, higher highs, right? You have your lower highs. There's your bearish divergence. Basically wrote down this 1-2-hour candle. That's basically where I made the money. Then I got stopped out in profit. But we were starting to print a bearish divergence here on the 4-hour as well with your higher highs and your lower high, but that red dot has disappeared. But I bring that up because this red dot is probably going to come back sometime pretty soon. This would be another thing that I'm looking at on top of the 8-hour red dot with the lower time frame money flow coming out. So you're looking at the, between the 15 and 30-minute money flow crossing over into the red with that 8-hour red dot is one thing I'm looking for a pullback, right? Also, looking at this 4-hour bearish divergence for a potential pullback. Again, we can look at this bearish divergence on the 4-hour in cooperation with the 12 and 15-minute money flow coming into the red, right? So you have that red dot about to print, money flow coming out on the 15-minute. If you get that crossover into the red while you're printing that red dot on top of your 4-hour, let me break this down for you because there's a lot of confluence here, right? And there is a caveat I'm going to mention in just a second, right? Bearish divergence forming on the 4-hour. You have your higher highs. I know it's like beating a dead horse with these divergences, but I like to, engrave it into your head. Higher highs on price, lower highs on your momentum waves. That's a 4-hour bearish divergence. Typically, you do see these play out pretty well to the downside. So there's bearish case number one, right? Bearish puzzle piece number one. Bearish divergence on the 4-hour. Usually pretty powerful. You're also coming up to key resistance, right? You have this level, this purple box right here, as well as the spider line for some confluence. Decent bit of resistance there. So that's bearish puzzle piece number 2. Bearish divergence, key resistance, and you do have your money flow coming out on the lower time frame. So, and you have your 8-hour about to print a red dot with the money flow coming out on the lower time frame. So these are some things that I'm looking at to try to predict a potential move to the downside. I should get rid of some of these lines that I just drew, but I will preface that with this, guys. I want to take you back, in time here, not too far, just till earlier today, to this bearish divergence on the 2-hour, because we have not been seeing a lot of juice come out of these bearish setups, right? Because sometimes when you're in an explosive move like this, those bearish setups don't play out as well as they usually do. Calf cam up and running. Let's go, Crypto Billy. Shout out. Little late, but I made it, yo. Where is the calf cam at? Hey, Javit the barber, you want to see that calf cam? You got the calf cam right here, baby. We'll flex them for you. Yeah, calf cam. Let's go. Guys, this is not going to be a normal part of the show. I mean, unless it's like by popular demand, but I doubt it. Yeah, this was just a joke. This is kind of like a joke. I was supposed to reveal the calves to you guys. We landed on the wheel, if you guys remember, a while back. Baby cow reveal. So I figured, why not do it live, right? Because Bitcoin's pumping. So are these calves. Let's go. But you can see here, we did get a pretty nasty... I can't believe I have a calf cam on right now. But we did have a nasty bearish divergence here on the 2-hour, right? So you have your lower highs, your higher highs. But guys, it didn't really play out that well. I mean, it played out a little bit if you go to lower time frames. I mean, I made money on this, but it was cut very short. Usually these 2-hour bearish divergences play out a lot more than one red candle, right? So you just want to keep that in mind. There's a lot of bullish things going on right now. All those green dots on the higher time frames we just spoke about. And we're in an explosive move up. So you want to be really careful. This one did not play out very well. So just be careful. I was luckily sitting at the computer, so I was able to, take my profits, move my stop loss to my entry and make it a risk-free trade. But you just want to realize that, sometimes in a bullish environment like this, the bearish setups don't play out as well. Now, with that being said, I will say with the 4-hour bearish divergence and the fact that we haven't really seen any kind of decent pullback yet, potentially we could come down, especially with the bearish divergence. Now, if we do pull back, where would I expect price to come? First level I would look is to potentially retest this value area high coming in at about 21,922 for a potentially find some support and move higher, right? And break through this level and continue higher. If we continue higher, guys, obviously, we just spoke about how there could be a short-term pullback, but if we continue higher, which I genuinely think could happen, right? I'm not here just to tell you Bitcoin's going to pump because I want the views, right? I genuinely, with these higher time frame green dots, I'm feeling pretty good about Bitcoin's bullish continuation here. However, there are some things we need to see, right? Now, if we break out of the levels that we're at right now, I would expect to come up and visit this red line, which is essentially just, the range highs of about 25K from the last time we were up there, obviously. So we could potentially get a move back up to about 25K. Now, this does two things, right? If we get up there and flip this to support, we could get a big move out of Bitcoin. Now, you guys can see here, right? It's pretty clear. It's not too hard to see that. Let me turn off Market Cipher A just to clean things up a little bit. You could see here, we are getting a pretty nice W pattern right here, right? A double bottom, a W pattern, a W reversal, whatever you want to call it. We are getting this potential double bottom coming in here on Bitcoin. Now, this was a scenario that we spoke about potentially happening, right? Everyone was calling for lower lows. Everyone's getting super bearish at the bottom of this channel. And we were saying lower lows could come in. Absolutely, right? But we were also looking for a potential double bottom when we got to this value area low in case we weren't going to get those lower lows. And if you remember, we brought up that weekly chart when we started talking about this, this double bottom. I was saying that this would be perfect because if we were able to come in and put this double bottom in, even if this came a little bit lower, it would open up the opportunity to potentially start putting a lower high here a higher low on Market Cipher B's momentum wave here, which would be a very bullish sign, right? And that is exactly what we got. We got a low and a higher low, which is indicating that momentum is coming to the upside, and we could potentially get a big move to the upside. So we could see that double bottom play out with our higher low on our momentum wave here. So it's almost exactly how we were expecting it to play out. But now everyone wants to know, is the bottom in? Does this mean that we have double bottomed and the bottom is in for Bitcoin's bear market and now we're going to the moon? And to that, I say very hard to say. However, there are a lot of strong things on the charts right now pointing to 17.5 at least being a very, very, I wish I was able to see. Hey, what's going on, Lost Profit? I don't know what you guys are talking about in here, but I see you guys cracking up. But I think there is a good chance that if 17.5 wasn't the bottom, I think it was a significant bottom. Now, I spoke about this on the morning stream today. Let's break it down. If we come even higher, right? So we have our immediate levels of resistance that we're coming up to right now. We have the spider line at about 22.3, as well as this purple box, which is going to be some pretty strong resistance, right? If we pop over there, I am expecting to revisit the highs of this range at about 25K. Now, what happens if we finally see price come back up to this $25,000 area? So maybe we come back down, retest the value area high, and come back up to about 25K. Maybe we just rip right through here, right? But if we come back up to 25K, this is important because this would essentially be testing the neckline of this double bottom formation or this W pattern, right? So your neckline is right here. If you break this neckline, that would essentially be your breakout area. Now, the thing that makes the breakout of this double bottom neckline very interesting is if you guys watch the stream for the past month or two, you will know that we have a massive gap in volume right at this level. So not only will we be coming up and testing the neckline of this double bottom pattern, right? Boom, 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 boom. That's your neckline. And typically when you test, the way you would trade this, right? The way you would trade this if you were just seeing a double bottom, you would wait for price to come back up, test the neckline, you would enter your long there and hopefully ride it up to your next profit target, right? Now, the thing that makes this very interesting is that neckline is coming in at 25K, which brings us right to our giant gap in volume right here, which you guys know if we break into this low volume gap, we could get that quick, essentially a teleportation to about between 28 and 30K. Now, this was a number we were waiting for. Everybody was calling for this number, and we just lost gusto at 25K and came back down to the bottom of the range. But if we could get back up to that neckline of the double bottom, right, that neckline right here, and we flip that to support, we would be entering into that giant volume gap and get that quick move up to about 28 to 30K. So that is very interesting, right? That 25K level is going to have us knocking on the door of that low volume gap just one more time. Now, if we get something crazy happening, right? Something similar to maybe that fake out 2019 bull market that we had right here, where we came up to 20, dumped all the way down to about, 3K, something like that, and then pumped right back up to 14K over here. If we see something like that play out, I would see that playing out something like this, right? Let me turn on logarithmic one more time. If we get past this 30K level, I do think, right? If you're just looking at that VPVR, right? I just want to show you guys something when you're looking at the charts, right? Right here, you see that big volume gap, right? Oh, that's a fib. I don't want that. I want a marker. You see this volume gap right here, right? So if we break this, we could get that big move up to about 30K, right? So let's say we're hanging out here. We're ranging around 30K, right? Where would be the next likely stop if we break, if we break this last resistance, right? If we were to break that, I'm just going to put a level there, right? So we have resistance right here. If we were to break that resistance, where would we go? Now you could see, you have this little high spike in volume here, but then you kind of have not a gap, but you have a little dip in volume here, and your next high volume node is right about here. Now, what price does that get you to? Almost 40K. Now, let's try to find some confluence with that, right? So let's pull a local fib from the all-time high all the way to our current low. Boom. Okay. Now, that golden pocket comes in not on this high volume node, but this high volume node up here, right? So we could get a move up right past this previous area of consolidation. We can get that quick move up to about 38K. And if we break there, we have another gap in volume, and your next high volume node would be right here, which is in perfect confluence with this golden pocket when you pull your fib all the way from the all-time high to your local bottom here, or our most recent bottom of about 17.5. You get that golden pocket coming in at about 50 to 51K. So could potentially get that move up to about 30K. If we break that, could be a quick move up to about 39, 40K. And if we get past that, we could potentially reach 50K. Now, guys, I'm not saying that we're going to pump to 50K in the next week. We may not see this happen at all, and I'm going to go over another scenario that we can see happen, which would be much more bearish. But with the very, very strong bottom signals we've been seeing, that double green dot on Market Cipher B on the weekly, as well as our low and our higher low on Market Cipher B on the weekly, as well as all the green dots on the higher time frames, things could get moving bullish pretty quickly. Now, obviously, this is going to be very dependent on outside factors, things like the CPI data that I believe come out tomorrow. So potentially we could see, if the numbers come out better than, if they come out slightly better than expected, we could see this thing start to take off pretty quickly. And again, I'm not saying a quick jump to I'm not saying a quick move up to 50K is going to happen. However, a quick move to 25 could definitely happen. And you guys know if we break that 25K level, could be a quick move to about 30K. Let me get rid of some of these brush strokes. It's getting absolutely out of control. Okay, so, and I'm going to break this down. If you guys don't have all the levels and stuff, I will break it down one more time. Not right now, but we'll go over it again before we end the stream so you guys have an idea what to look for. But if I could say one thing in short, keep an eye on the volume gaps, guys. Keep an eye on the volume gaps, right? You break 25, boom, shoot right up to this high volume node or this previous area of consolidation, right? So if you didn't have the VPVR, you could see these very exaggerated candles down, and you could even predict that quick move up based off of that, right? And then if you were going to break this level, you get, quick move, where would we likely stop? It would be the last place that price got hung up on, which would be right here. Now, again, you break this level, probably going to break into this low volume gap and work your way right up to this next high volume node at about 38, 39K. If you break that, probably visit this value area high at about 42. And then after that, 50K is very, very close. And you could easily get up there. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I don't want people to think I'm like calling for 50K next week. It's not the case at all. I just like to break down kind of like, if things get crazy, realistically, where could we go? So there you go. There is that was the moon math, right? That was the massively bullish scenario. In the shorter term, just so people don't quote me saying I'm calling for 50K tomorrow, more likely a potential short-term cool off, potentially back to this value area high. Before getting a continuation. Next main target would be to get into this previous range we were in, between about, getting into that 25K level, right? That would be the next major target if we break to the upside. But again, a lot of resistance here. A short-term cool down would be likely. Now, I gave you guys a bunch of bullish stuff, but we have to at least entertain the bearish case, right? Now, again, I am definitely leaning a little more bullish based off of the plethora of bullish signals that I just went over. Things are looking pretty good. However, we want to entertain both ideas because you want to remember, especially with something like the CPI data coming out tomorrow, things can flip really quick, and you don't want to be the last person to flip bearish if we go bearish, right? One thing you want to realize, guys, is we are in a downtrend, right? Like, even if you just, you could draw your trend lines like this, right? We are in a downtrend, a macro downtrend, making, lower low. We're making lower highs and lower lows, right? Macro bear trend. Now, with that being said, I do just want to, give you guys another scenario, right? This is another reason why we are coming up to such key resistance, right? This is why this level is so important. This level is so important because you can see not only do we have the spider line and our resistance that we found, right? But you are also, we come down, right? Ever since we started this bear market, you come down, you retest it, rejection, right? And then we kind of hit it here and reject it again. But now we're coming into this macro downtrend, right? This macro trend line right here. So if we are going to roll over, right now would be a good time to do it. So this is another level I am watching for a potential breakout and continuation to the upside. But the main level is that 25K, what we've been talking about a few weeks ago when we were looking for that low volume gap breakout to about 28 to 30K. The main level, guys, is $25,000. If we flip $25,000 and start getting a move up, that's where I start flipping massively bullish. And in the shorter term, as far as more local levels, right? Again, potential pullback down to this value area high at about 21,922. And, even if we break back into the value area, I would hope to hold this $20,500 area, right? Because as you can see, just looking at your price action, like I was saying, right? You have a high and then a lower low and a lower high and then a lower low, right? But if we come up here and we get a high, right? And then we come up to about 20,500, it allows us to put in a higher low, right? You have a low here, and then you'll have a higher low here, and then maybe you come up to 25, and you start to move your way back up and create a bullish market structure. And then once this starts happening, if we get that breakout of 25K, that is where you start to think like, sheesh, this actually may have been a very significant bottom. So there's some levels you guys can watch, and that's basically how I'm feeling about Bitcoin right now. I am definitely leaning bullish, but you want to remember that the CPI data coming out tomorrow could change things in an instant. You want to remember we are in a macro downtrend, so we could potentially roll over. But major levels I am looking to hold. So worst case scenario, if we get a big drop down, the main level I would not want to break, and if we did break it, it would make me start feeling very, very bearish, would be about 20,500. If we can hold 20,500, I would think that the bullish continuation is likely. And then again, to break even more bullish, that main level I'm looking to break is about 25K. But if we break 20,500, I am going to start looking down towards that value area low again to maybe continue tapping on that door before potentially losing the support and getting that move even lower, potentially down to that 786 that we bounced off of at about 17.5, depending on what exchange you're looking at. And if we lose that, I'm looking much, much lower to, that's when you start bringing up that 14 to 12K range. So that's what we're looking at on Bitcoin, guys. I hope that gives you guys some clarity on what I'm thinking. Definitely leaning bullish, but being very cautiously optimistic with the CPI numbers coming out tomorrow. So expect some extreme volatility tomorrow. So if you're trading, please set your stop losses, whether you're long or short. Things can surprise you on, during these when they release this information, things can get absolutely crazy. So just be aware of that. Shout out to Clinton Query. Thank you for that super chat. This is like a bad date. Give a lot, only get a little. Clinton, I'm giving you the calf cam, man. I'm selling my soul here. I'm selling my soul for you. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I do appreciate it. Clinton Query, always with the super chats. You're the man. We appreciate you. Let's see. Yes. But what happens if we just keep climbing? Like I said, if we just keep climbing, the next major level I would be watching is that 25K area for a harsh rejection. Now, you do obviously have some levels up in here that you would likely reject off of. Maybe you come up to about, 23K. Let's turn on our spider lines. Let's see. Bada boom. Yeah, so potentially come up, you do have a spider line at about 23K. You have a logarithmic spider line coming in at, same thing, about 23K. Could potentially reject off of that and then hold our purple box as support. And again, that target I would be looking up towards would be about 25K. Let's see. Crypto Anon, shout out to the calf cam. Let's see. I would bike race you. Oh, God. Who wants the calf wrestle? Javid the Barber, tell Ben to put up some sheetrock for you. Oh yeah, you guys can see the hollow walls. They are building a wall here next to us. There's another studio next to me and another studio this way as well. But yeah, they are just building that wall, so it's just beams. But hopefully we can get some sheetrock in here very soon. But guys, before we continue, we have a lot of other stuff to look at here. But let's go ahead and check on chat real quick. Hey, nice calves. Shout out to Alexandra. Let's see. Unforgettable name. Tomorrow, some will blame you for flipping bearish if CPI is negative. Yeah, unforgettable name. It's, yeah. There was one thing that, when I started this YouTube channel, I was like, great. Like now if I'm ever wrong, people are going to roast me. Like whatever, I could deal with it. That's the risk you take when you come up here and talk about which way Bitcoin's going to go. Like we're not going to be right. We're right way more than we're wrong. But you're not going to be right 100% of the time. But I will say this. It was one comment, right? And in the video, I was explaining how I think, Bitcoin was going to go down. And the comment was just like, yeah, you idiot. You said it was going to go down. What happened? And I'm like, looking at price, I'm like, it went down. What do you mean? So it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. The haters are just going to say you're wrong anyway. So it kind of took a big weight off my chest. I was like, so it doesn't even matter if I'm wrong, because if I'm wrong, it's like, listen, if you are in crypto, right? And you know what you're doing and you're trading and you know what you're doing in crypto and you get mad at somebody because they said they thought it was going to go up and it didn't, then it's just, you're in the wrong space, right? Anyone who knows what they're doing knows that even if everything is pointing that it's going up, something crazy can happen and it can go down. That's just the nature of the market. But everybody just wants you to tell them what to do. But that's just human nature. But let's see. Nate says, moose and gabagool. Let's go, baby. Let's see. What? Let's see. Just about spit water out of my nose when you went to the calf cam. Let's go, Sam. Shout out to Sam. I appreciate you guys. If you're just tuning in, guys, we do have a calf cam. You're going to have to stick around because if we get a little pump on Bitcoin, we might pump those calves up a little bit. Should have had some music play. We should get music hooked up for the calf pumping. You're the man, Frankie. Mike, shout out to Mike. I appreciate you, man. You are the man as well. Let's see. Stochastic RSI on almost every time frame has to cool off. I don't think we can just keep climbing here. Yeah, I totally agreed. And who said that? Nige moves. I don't know how to say your name. Nige moves. I apologize. But yeah, I would have to agree. It does look like a cool off would be imminent here. We also do have a 4-hour bearish divergence potentially forming here once we start printing that red dot. There are many things saying that we could have a short-term cool off. Nothing goes up in a straight line. So yeah. Shout out to Jacko24 and Cal's World. Whether you're right or wrong, Frankie, you always 100. Let's go. Shout out to Cal's World. Appreciate you, brother. F the haters. Daddy Zach. Let's get it. Visible range volume profile, also known as the VPVR or the VRVP, if you want to say it the right way. But yeah, absolutely. Yeah, speaking of the VPVR, guys, I want to talk about that in just a second because, again, guys, I just want to hammer it home because we came back up to the value. We're going to talk about the volume profiles in just a second, but I want to move on to the DXY, the SPY, the 10-year yield, and Ethereum in just a second. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Frank, check out Mr. Digital's question. Let's see. Mr. Digital. Bada boom. Let's see. Mr. Digital. Frankie, want to hear bearish news? Check the 4-hour. The ETH merge matches the downtrend. Diagonal. Major resistance. Perfect in almost 2 days. at around 22,800, possible target of 14K. Your opinion of a sell-off? Well, I will tell you this just straight off the bat. The fact that $14,000 is any kind of target that you're looking at makes total sense to me. But let's see. Want to hear bearish news? Check the 4-hour. The ETH merge matches the downtrend. Diagonal major resistance. Mr. Digital, this sounds like a good question, but I'm not sure I 100% understand it. Check the BTC 4-hour. Okay, let's take a look. I assume, is this the trend line you're talking about? It's hard. It's so hard to take these. Like, it sounds like such a good question, but it's so hard to really understand exactly what the question says. Dang, man. I don't want to go off on a whole tangent if I get this wrong and I'm just talking about the completely wrong thing. Maybe try to reword it. I'll try to reread it, but I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Let's see. Got to put the haters in a figure four, leg lock with those calves. Yeah, absolutely, guys. If I get into a fight, I just go right into a handstand. Straight into a handstand, smack them with the calves, and get out of there quick before the cops show up. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Frank, we tried. I appreciate it, Crypto Billy. Maybe, Billy, if you understand the question, you could reword. If someone could reword that question, we'd love to check it out. I'm just not 100% sure exactly what it means. J-Lo says, if you have haters, it means you're doing it right. They hate us because they ain't us. Shout out to J-Lo. Let's go, baby. Shout out to you, man. Okay, so, guys, moving on, I do want to take a look at the DXY. Now, here we go. Look at that. Bada boom. Here we are. Back at support, guys. Back at support. You know, we were watching this for quite some time, looking to break back into this range and potentially work our way up into this range, which is how we were able to see that, most recent little correction we had on Bitcoin back to the bottom of its range. And now we are back at the bottom of this channel with pulling a little green 4-hour candle here with snake eyes on the daily, the 4-hour, which in this case would be bearish for Bitcoin. However, the money flow is in the red, right? You get the money flow crossover into the red. So that would be generally bearish for the DXY and bullish for Bitcoin. But you want to remember, you are coming up to the bottom of your channel. So you could potentially find some support here. And this could be what we need, a little bounce on the DXY to see Bitcoin cool off a little bit, and then maybe you eventually lose this level and come down to this level at about 107, which could give Bitcoin a pump. So maybe we see the DXY bounce, have Bitcoin pull back a little bit, that 4-hour bearish divergence plays out, and then obviously we'll have to wait to see what the CPI data says tomorrow, but if it comes out positive, that would line up a lot with the DXY losing support and Bitcoin getting that run up. So in general, money flow in the red would have me generally bearish. However, those snake eyes, you could see the last time we got snake eyes like this on the 4-hour ended in a massive run for the DXY. So you just want to keep that in mind. However, this is a perfect reason for me to bring this up, right? This is why you don't just want to look at one thing, guys. You have snake eyes here on the DXY on the 4-hour, right? So this would make you think that it's going to come up, right? And Bitcoin would come down. And that's exactly what you got. But you want to look at your money flow. Your money flow is coming up as well. Now, we're getting snake eyes here on the 4-hour for the DXY over here currently. However, money flow is in a different situation. We don't have money flow coming up. We have money flow crossing into the red. So it's a little less likely for these snake eyes to play out as dramatically as these were, because these, you had the snake eyes. You also had money flow coming up, and I believe you had a bullish divergence as well. And I know there's controversy about, if bullish, you can't make, there's no divergences on an index. You can't look at bearish divergences on the DXY. They play out, guys. They play out. I get what you mean. I get what you're saying. But I always look at them. I take them into consideration. And I don't just bet on one thing anyway. So it's not like I see a bearish divergence on the DXY and I bet the farm on a BTC long, right? So you want to look at multiple things. But you also did have a bullish divergence here. So you have the bullish divergence, money flow coming up, and your snake eyes, right? So different situation than we have right here. There's no bullish divergence. there's no bullish divergence. You have the snake eyes, but money flow is coming down. So different situation. I'm less confident that the DXY is going to get a big bounce off these snake eyes. Long story short. And then looking at the daily real quick, money flow generally coming out here as well. So hopefully we can lose this support and have the DXY come down. So now you kind of know the situation I'm looking for. If that DXY gets a little bit of a bounce, we get that big Bitcoin correction, little healthy dip. We have not really gotten a decent pullback on this run up. So we get that healthy dip. And then maybe tomorrow the CPI data comes out a little better than expected, and then boom, Bitcoin's off to the races. Now, I do want to take a look at the SPY. Actually, I want to bring up the 10-year yield. Let's boom. Here you go, guys. So this is similar to the. Let me see if I could bring this up side by side. Let me see if I could bring this up side by side with Bitcoin. Boom. Okay. So, oh God, look at the market cipher with the default colors. Okay. So let's get rid of that. Okay. Bada boom. What is this? Daily, beautiful. Okay. So I guess there's really not much. We'll just pull up the 10-year yield. So guys, this is what I'm looking for here. Let me zoom out a little bit. We are holding this trend line currently, getting that bounce on the 10-year yield, looking for the 10-year yield to break this, right? When you have bonds, when you have the 10-year yield going up with the DXY, this is what brings Bitcoin down, right? So hoping we can lose support here. We've been holding this this trend line for quite some time. This is just another thing you can keep an eye on. Like the SP, we look at the SPY, we look at the Dixie, and now we're going to start checking in on this. We didn't really come down there, but you're holding here, you're holding here, you're holding here. But as we continue to knock on this door, guys, this level is going to get weaker and weaker, and we could potentially break down. So that is what I'm looking for on the 10-year yield. So just another thing. We don't bring this up very often, but this is just something that we're going to start keeping an eye on, because it's just another puzzle piece that we can look at to kind of help us give us that 3D view of the market, right? And then last, I want to want to take a look at the SP7. No, the SPY. Here we go. Let's go all S&P 500. Boom. So guys, can't make it up. Can't make it up. We were waiting to come down to this level at about 390 for a strong bounce to the upside on the SPY. We were getting our green dots here on the 4-hour. Our daily, as we came down to that level, gave us that green dot, key support. And we did get that. We are getting a strong bounce here out of the SPY. We are coming up to some strong resistance, right? You can see this high volume node. See this big spike in volume here, making this a very strong level of resistance. We also have some horizontal levels there as well. And then you have the high volume node. Is it a POC? Let's see. Can we hide the drawings? There you go. Point of control there as well. Let's go ahead and pull a fib. Look at that. Right above that level, you do have a golden pocket. So there is a lot of resistance here. So could potentially see a little pullback on the SPY as well, but a nice bounce nonetheless. However, you do want to watch, still, high, lower high, could be a potential lower high here if we get a harsh rejection. But, nonetheless, a nice bounce on the SPY. Looking at the daily money flow coming back up on the SPY. 8-hour money flow coming back up, your 4-hour VWAP is coming down, and then your money flow coming out as well. Like I said, a lot of resistance here, so it is likely that we could get a pullback here in the short term. But very nice to see that SPY holding that 390 level that we were looking at as strong support. All right, let's go ahead and check out chat. We're at about an hour, guys. If you have any altcoins that you want to take a look at, or you want me to take a look at, go ahead and throw them in chat. Hopefully the mods can make a little bit of a list. AZTV or AZCTV, we could take a look at Terra Classic for sure. What's up, Gaztop? Welcome back to the stream. Thank you for being here, man. Let's see. ETH decoupling from BTC. They are not moving the same. Finally, yes, they are starting to move a little different or separately from each other. So that is nice. The Blue Wizard says, do you guys see Smash Holland? Sick and pretty fast fight. Yeah. UFC. We should do a UFC viewing in the Discord. That would be super fun, guys. 705 people in here, guys. Smash that like button if you want to spin the wheel of pain and pleasure for your chance to win some giveaways, guys. We give away a bunch of really cool stuff. I think we're going to start switching it up. We give away NFTs. We give away all kinds of ledgers, factory sealed from Ledger, not Amazon. We don't do none of that fake stuff. It's all legitimate. But we give away, ledgers. We give away t-shirt. We're going to start giving away t-shirts, maybe some hats we'll give away. We're going to start shaking up the giveaways, give away some different stuff. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the stream, guys. Smash that like button. We're going to go for 600 likes. We only need like 250 more. So if you have not smashed that like button just yet, go ahead and smash that like button. Smash the like button. Let's see. Okay, so hopefully we can calf coin. I'm my hero wants to see the calf coin. Let's go ahead. Guys, new drink here. No collagen in this one, but this is actually collected from the deep, deep seas of the Mediterranean. Yeah, this is super natural. It's a little salty. It's actually like it's salt water from the ocean mixed with sea moss. Very good for the skin. Shout out to Crypto Billy for the super chat. Says from Mafia, show ETH. Show ETH. Show ETH. Okay, so let's start off with the king altcoin, or the queen altcoin, whatever you want to call it, Ethereum. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Thank you for that. Hey, Lane Hughes, what is going on, brother? Welcome in. We know you want to see PYR, Lane. I know it. I already know it. Let's see. Leash. Okay, we can take a look at that. Thanks for the mention, Frank. AZTV. AZCTV. Let me know how to say your name. Shout out to you. I'll mention you whenever. Let's go. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. I had to step out for a minute and grab, okay, see ya. You had to grab some butter. I got you. Oh, calf isn't a coin. It's an NFT. Let's go. Somebody. Oh no. Is Ant Art's in here? They're going to make a calf NFT. Just make sure you make them look juiced, Ant Art. If you're going to do it, make them juiced. Make them veiny. Let's go. I'm just kidding, guys. Okay. All right. So, who is that? Lisandro says, show something. Okay, guys, let's take a look at ETH here. And then I do want to go back to Bitcoin in a second just to look at the volume profiles. But guys, here we are. Once again on Ethereum here. What are we looking at? Let me get rid of some of these things here. Okay, so just looking at the price action, guys, with our basic levels here. Let me go into the object tree. Let's go ahead and click here. We're going to hide that level. We're going here. We're going to hide this level. Bada boom, bada bing. Here we go. Okay. So, Mrs. Candles is laughing at chat. What are you guys talking about? Oh, Bud Lightyear says your intro song is stuck in my head. What did Crypto Billy say? What did he say? Okay. Let's see. Oh, the drumsticks. Yeah, guys, they're just turkey legs, okay? Anyway, so here we are on Ethereum, guys, looking at the daily chart. I do just want to talk about the volume profile real quick. Let's do our top-down analysis, and then we'll go into the volume profiles. Shout out to John with a $5 super chat. Could you take a look at Gala, por favor? Yes, I can. Por favor, sure. Absolutely. Chicken leg. Let's go, Cryptid Bees. What is going on? Thank you for being here, Cryptid. Okay, so here we go. Let's get rid of that. Okay, boom. On the weekly time frame, guys, we are getting that confirmed green dot. So looking pretty good here as Bitcoin prints it. Ethereum confirms it. As we know, Ethereum has been leading Bitcoin in almost every way possible. But guys, one main thing to look at here is not only the green dot, but the money flow. That money flow coming up towards that zero line is a good sign. So generally looking good on the weekly with your low, your higher low, little trigger wave here, and the confirmed green dot. It's got me, feeling somewhat decent here. Your 6-day printing that green dot on the 6th day as well. Your 5-day is printing a green dot with a nasty trigger wave. I just want to check something here, and this is going to be for me. Very interesting. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, nice little trigger wave here, or nice little green dot here on the 5-day as well. Looking pretty decent. Your 4-day as well, printing that green dot. Your 3-day printing the green dot. So very similar story here, guys. As we have our 3-day money flow looking for that crossover into the green, as well as your 2-day money flow already crossed over into the green. So again, leading Bitcoin on these bullish signals, but similar story, right? Green dots on a lot of the higher time frames. With money flow already crossover on the 2-day and looking for a crossover on the 3-day. Shout out to Daddy Zach for the super chat. Says you should do a poll to see if the Mafia wants UFC. So the only thing is, I don't know how we would do that. Okay, UFC in Discord on Fridays. I don't know why I capitalized random letters on here, guys. Don't mind that. UFC and Discord on Fridays? Question mark? Yes or no? Let me know. Maybe that's something we could set up. I'd probably have to buy the pay. I don't know. I don't know if we could do that. That probably wouldn't be able to do that legally, or not legally, but like, yeah, it might be hard. I don't know how we would do that. I'm actually gonna take that down. Okay. Everybody voted yes. I'll just let you guys vote on it. But again, I don't know if we'll be able to do that like legally, because then I'd be sharing a stream, and that's no bueno. But well, maybe we could figure out a way to do it. I don't know. But hey, who knows? But looking at the daily here, guys, same deal. Daily getting pretty close to that zero line, looking to potentially cool off somewhat soon. And if you look at these candles, guys, closing, that candle looking to close below that value area high. So you might have came out of that value area, and then now we're coming back in potentially. Let's zoom into the lower time frame. 16-hour red dot confirmed. That was confirmed, a while ago, 32 hours to be exact. 12 hours, same deal. Let's zoom into the 4-hour. Now, this is, money flow coming out on the 4-hour, as well as a bearish divergence confirmed on the 4-hour. This is kind of what we were looking at for Bitcoin, is lower highs on your momentum waves with higher highs on your price action for that bearish divergence down. Tried to hold support on top of that value area high, and now you're losing it. So as you guys know, as you lose your value area high, if we stay underneath this value area high and we cannot get back through, we would be expecting to come back down and visit this point of control at about 1622. That's how the volume profiles work. Now coming down to your 2-hour. Let's see. I'm also going to turn on Market Cipher A. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, pretty oversold here on your 2-hour. 4-hour. Yeah. Let's see. 2-hour oversold. Let's check the lower time frames. Money flow in the red on the 15-minute with your 4-hour. Yeah, it's looking, I would say maybe Ethereum looks a little worse than Bitcoin, or it just looks a little ahead of schedule on the bearish stuff, right? A lot of the bearish stuff has already confirmed, like your 4-hour bearish divergence. Yeah, a lot of that stuff has already played out, right? So you have your 4-hour bearish divergence basically looking to wrap up here, potentially, where on Bitcoin, it's not even printing yet. I don't think. Maybe it's printing at this point. No, it's not even printing yet. So, ETH kind of ahead of Bitcoin as far as this cool down has gone. But major levels I'd be watching for this pullback, guys, is probably going to be the point of control, essentially, right? Let's pull up that VPVR, see if we can find any other levels in between. But yeah, I mean, that point of control is the next major level, maybe 1650, between 1650 and this point of control. If we continue down, I would expect a strong bounce back up off of those levels. But again, just looking at your volume profile, guys, you want to remember, right? Just remember the rules of the volume profile, right? Let's come down to a lower time frame so we can kind of see what happened, right? Again, we get above the POC, we consolidate above the POC, kind of bull pennant, kind of a bull pennant type formation here, not quite, but you hold above the POC, you're expecting the value area high, boom, you shoot up to the value area high, you knock on the door, you knock on the door, you knock on the door, you knock on the door. Now you're out of the value area. Now we're either expecting a bullish retest of the value area to get a big move up and bring new volume in on that profile, or you're looking to, generally, when you come out of the value area, you're looking to get sucked back into the value area, which is exactly what happened, right? So as you leave the value area, you're watching the volume on your profile. If you're not getting any new volume coming in, it is likely you get sucked back into the value area, and more specifically towards that point of control. So there is Ethereum. Let's go ahead, and ETH needs to drop so I can get positive on this short. Let's go. Killer Poison. I feel you. BTC, Adam and Eve on the 5-minute. Let's check it. Boom. Boom. Adam and Eve on the 5-minute. I believe this is the short that I took. I don't even know. I have so much stuff on my charts. Let's see. Adam and Eve. I kind of see what you're saying. That's your Adam. That's your Eve. Is that what you're looking for? Adam, Eve, potentially. Was this an Eve Adam? I don't know. Yeah, potentially. I don't know if that's not that strong, in my opinion. Yeah, Loon C. ACTV. I got you. Okay. I'm going seaweed hunting. Let's go. Is seaweed slang? Oh God. UFC talks on Friday. Maybe we go into off topic and just chat about UFC. Potentially. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at XRP and XPR. Ooh. But here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go XRP. Bada boom. Yeah, okay. Not XP ERP. We want XRP. XRP. There we go. Okay, let's pull the Binance chart. Bada boom. Let's go to the 4-hour. All right, here we go. Also, update, guys. Update. Here on KuCoin. I don't know why. I always get nervous like I'm going to pull up like some seed phrase or something, even though never mind. Anyway, guys, I know everybody wants updates on the trading bots. As you guys know, in my last video, I was absolutely wrecked on these things, and I was mentioning to you guys that I was absolutely wrecked because the market came down. It was to be expected. But as you can see, 4 out of the 5 of these bots are up now, up 5% on our XRP DCA bot, up 5% on our DCA Solana bot, and up 2% on our BTC DCA bot. And then our spot grid bot is up 10%. And then our smart rebalance is still down 20%. But yeah, still crushed on this one. I'm going to let it ride. This is an experiment, guys. So you don't have to get wrecked with these bots. But I will say this, guys. The DCA bot is extremely useful, right? Because it's not like this thing's going to lose trades for you. All it's doing is buying over time. So this is a great way to accumulate, right? This one I have buying. I changed this. I had it buying $50 every day. Now I have it buying $50 every 2 days. And then the Solana, $150 a week. This is all in the videos. And then $100 a week of Bitcoin. So just you could set all your different parameters, whatever you want, and it takes the emotion out of accumulating in a bear market. So probably going to make a KuCoin update here pretty soon, but I just wanted to show you guys, not to be completely terrified of these. I know my last video that the KuCoin bots were absolutely wrecked, but it was because we had a big dump in the market. It was to be expected, right? So if you guys want to sign up to use these KuCoin bots, you could go ahead and use the link in the description down below and save on some of those KuCoin fees if you want to try out these trading bots. And it helps us keep the lights on here at the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. So if you want, you can use that link down below. If not, that is fine too. But let's move on here. XP ERP Army. Let's go. Rob the Crypto Snob. Shout out, brother. Okay, here we go. You guys are funny. All right. Here we go. Here we are, guys. In general, still just in this range here. Still in this range. Looking for a potential breakout. We could probably get rid of this, but I'm just going to hold it just in case we actually still get these moves to the upside. However, on the daily, you have your VWAP coming down, your money flow crossing over into the green, though, so a little conflicting messaging there. Let's see, your weekly is printing that green dot on XRP, guys. So looking similar to Bitcoin in that fashion. Money flow starting to round off on the weekly as well. So these green dots popping up on the weekly for a lot of these coins is a pretty good sign. Looking at the 5-day, potentially looking to print a green dot there on the 5-day. Your 4-day is printing that green dot. 3-day green dot. So it's looking similar to Bitcoin. Green dots on a lot of the higher time frames. However, your daily looking to cool down. Your 12-hour is red dot on your 12-hour, red dot on your 16-hour, but looking to roll over here, right? This is showing that maybe the bearish momentum is not very strong. Obviously, you can get rejected at the 0 line and come deeper into the below the 0 line here. But, you dip below here, you start rounding off right away. It's showing that maybe the bearish momentum is not very strong. Looking at the 12-hour, same thing. Looking to round off here pretty soon. Your 8-hour, same deal. Your 4-hour, printing that green dot currently. Green dot on the 4-hour. Looking at those lower time frames. Money flow coming out on the lower time frames. So no 4-hour, 15-minute strategy looking to play out there. But that 4-hour green dot could bring you up just a little bit. Let's pull up our VPVR and see if we can get this move up. Where could we be headed? Let's see. Looking at the 4-hour, could potentially, if we can break this value area high coming in at about 36 cents, I would expect a move back, a pretty quick move. Let me zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, if we break this value area high, essentially, I mean, it's different now. It just moved. But if we break this level we're at right now, probably looking at, if we can get past that little volume, I would look to potentially move up to about 37 cents because you do have another high volume node in that area, in this area of previous consolidation right here. So if we break this level, could look for a quick move right up to about 37.5 cents. That would be the next level I would watch on XRP. Let's zoom out just a little bit. But yeah, oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, and then, when we're looking for a big move, for XRP, like we were talking about with Bitcoin moving up to potentially about 30K, we'd have to move up quite a bit before we started looking at. Once we get to about 40 cents, we could start looking into potentially breaking into these low volume gaps and getting moves, up into the 50-cent area. But for right now, that next level I would be watching is about 37.5 cents. If we could break through the local value area high that we are at, I wish I marked it out. It doesn't look like, yeah, there you go. So if we are able to break out of this level, I would be looking at that, 37.5 cent area for XRP. But just in general, looking very similar to Bitcoin, green dots everywhere on the higher time frames. So yes, there you go. So there's XRP. Let's go ahead and take a look at Leash. What is Leash? Is this like a walk your dog to earn project or what? Oh God, these are, yeah. I guess this is a super low cap, is my guess, right? Because it's not on any what is this? Doge killer? Yeah, I can already tell that this is probably it's gonna be almost impossible to do TA on this. Love to see some TA on Filecoin too. If you can get to it. Thanks, Frankie. Awesome stuff. Shout out to Maddie Radsters. Shout out to you. We will try to get to that for you. Absolutely. Yeah, I will try to find Leash. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what this is. There doesn't look like, Doge Killer. I don't know what this is. But it doesn't look like there's any real legitimate chart for this. It's probably on like Dex Tools or PooCoin or something. But I'm not seeing any credible. Oh, maybe this one. Okay. Oh, okay. I've looked at this before. I lied. We have some TA on this. Let's pump Terra Classic. Okay. Let's see. Leash is reward staking for sheep and bone. Gotcha. Well, all right, let's see. Let's get rid of this. And I hope I'm looking at the right thing. Doge Killer is, hopefully this is. DJ Rolf says Loom was pumping last night. Maybe we could take a look at that. Thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. All right, so let's see here. I'm just going to look at the daily time frame. See what we got working with here. Nothing really to take away here. Let's look at the 4 hours, zooming in just a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so looking at this range, we are currently holding this value area high. So I'm actually going to pull no, we'll just leave this. All right, so we are currently holding this value area high. I'm going to go ahead and mark this out. You got your value area high, your POC, and your value area low. Let me just move this. Come on. All right, close enough. But we are holding this value area high. If we can continue our move up here, it doesn't look like your next little spike in volume is not going to be until about 805. So yeah, basically right where you wicked up to right here. So if we can break through, I would say, if you could break this level right here, if you can crack, decisively break this resistance here and flip it to support, you could get a quick move up to about 805. And then zooming out here, I mean, 805 would likely be a stop that you make on your way to about about 10, about what is that? About 1046 would be your next like real major area of interest. You might make a little pit stop here at about 900. About 900. But there you go. There are 3 targets. If you hold the value area high as support, there are 3 targets I would be looking at. Again, about 805, 900, and 1046 for some movements to the upside. If you lose that value area high, I would expect to come back down to this level at about 490. So there are some levels to look at. And as far as market cipher B, your 4-hour money flow is in the green with the VWAP potentially coming up here. 2-hour about to print that green dot. But your money flow is coming out. So I think maybe you range up here just a little bit more before making a decisive move up or down. But getting some mixed signals on market cipher. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom. H bar has been pumping today. Thoughts on your next level? Let's see. Let's take a look at H bar on the KuCoin Tether chart. Boom, baby. There she goes. Look at this thing go. Let's get it. All right, moving over to the daily time frame. Yeah, that yellow X just didn't want to play out there, guys. Just did not want to bring you down. 585 people still in here, guys. Looking to squeak towards that 600 like mark. If you guys have not smashed that like button just yet, hit that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on that wheel. Every spin has 2 chances for a giveaway. And then maybe we'll just give away a couple more of these. If you can't tell what these are, they're Ledgers. Ledger Nano S Plus and a Ledger Nano X. Let's go. Smash that like button. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, RJ. No problem. I got you. PYR, shout out to Lane Hughes. Yes, dude, we will look at PYR in just a second. The Bullish CEO says, Jasmy, please. Yes, we could take a look at Jasmy as well. Jasmy, PYR. Let's see. VeChain. We can take a look at VeChain. ADA. Yeah, we'll take a look. We'll take a look at a lot of these. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and pull a fixed range volume profile. And I'm gonna do it on the 4-hour time frame. Let's see. Get a nice little level here. Boom, boom, boom. Get rid of that. There you go. Okay, so let's see. Actually, how much does this change if we move it here? Boom. Okay, I like this one. All right. So as we look here at the volume profile on the 4-hour chart, guys, coming up to your value area high, right? So coming up to your value area high, coming in at about 7 cents, would be likely to find some resistance here as you've already had a decent pump, as well as coming up to key level of resistance. Looking at your 2-hour, getting your 1-hour red dot, no 2-hour red dot, 4-hour looking to potentially roll over here. I mean, this thing moved. 2-hour red dot. Yeah, your 1-hour is really your only, red dot here, looking to cool off. Your money flow on the lower time frames is healthily in the green. Printing green dot confirmed on your 15-minute time frame. Your 12-minute, money flow looking good, pretty decent on the lower time frames. 1-hour red dot might cool you off just a little bit here in the short term. There we go. But let's go ahead and mark out some other levels here. I'm going to mark out that little boost in volume. Grab this box and pull a little range here. Boom. And let's come down to the lower time frame and get this volume profile to spawn. Come on. You could do it. You could do it. There we go. Okay. Key pro tip, guys. Pro tip. If you do not know this, if you are zoomed, if you're all the way back on your chart and you want to go all the way to the front, if you've never discovered this little button in the bottom right, go ahead and click that. It'll bring you to your current price action. I'm just kidding. I think everybody knows that. But, okay. So, going to zoom in here quite a bit. So if we, that's annoying. Okay. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm sorry. I lied, guys. I lied. It's annoying that this volume profile only prints. You have to go all the way back to where the volume is to get it to print. It's so annoying. Okay. So some levels I would be watching, right? Now, the fact that your POC is at the lower end of your range here, I would expect, when you're getting this, that POC is going to act as a magnet. So it is likely that we're going to cool off here. But some levels I would watch for a potential cool off would be this purple box. If you lose this, I don't know how likely it is you hold this, but if you lose that level, next major level I would be watching is about 0.068 cents for a potential bounce. And then possibly you could, actually get out of your value area after bouncing off of that level. But yeah, this thing is moving. I do think it is likely you cool off. You are getting that 1 hour red dot, obviously, and then your 2 hour looking to follow closely behind that. But your basic idea here is that you are coming up to your value area high, right? So this is likely going to be strong resistance. So would look for a cool off here. And again, as far as, putting in a bearish divergence here, on the 10-minute, your 12-minute as well. Not printing yet, but probably going to print here soon. Maybe a nice 15-minute, if you can get a 15-minute bear div to print here, that might be a nice place to go short. Not financial advice, but again, you are coming up to key resistance, right? I'm just going to mark out this value area high real quick so we can come down to the lower time frames. If that 15-minute the red dot does print and you get that lower high on your momentum waves with your higher high on your price, you get that, that alligator mouth, which does mean that, obviously it is a bearish divergence, likely that you do correct there. And as the fact that you are coming up to key resistance here would give you a little bit of confluence. Only thing is, money flow is just healthily in the green. So be careful with your shorts. This thing is, in a bullish environment like this, again, those bearish signals can get stepped on a little bit when you're getting an explosive move up like this. Let's see. Yasha Taz, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Says, "What's good, Frankie? Finally able to catch your live stream. I always have to rewatch the streams because of work. Love what you do. You the man." Hey, Yasha, shout out to you. You the man. Thank you for always rewatching the streams. We were waiting for you. I always see you rewatching the streams, maybe leaving a comment or hitting that like button, and I'm like, hey, Yasha, hop in a live stream. Here you are. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Matic, yes, we could take a look at Matic, and then PYR. We will take a look at that right after Matic. Shout out to Lane Hughes. I feel like Lane Hughes is a CandleMafia celebrity. Let's see. Okay, so for Matic, sorry guys, got to stay hydrated. Here we go, guys. This was oh, by the way, updating just to update you guys. My Matic short, I'm out of my Matic short now. I closed it for like 25% profit. But yeah, we did call this nasty bearish divergence / short in the Discord, guys. Would have caught it right up here. Could have wrote it all the way down here. Yeah, I wrote it down to like here, and then I think I wound up closing it like up here or something. I don't really remember, but it was for about 25%. But I just bring that up because that was the last time we looked at Matic. We were calling that nasty short, and it played out in a huge way. You could still potentially be in profit if you were still in it right now. But let's zoom in here and see what we are working with. Now, obviously, Matic has gotten a big bounce from its low of about 31 cents. Getting a big move. Hey, Noodle with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Wife walked in on the Cavs preview. She thought it was for men hugging each other. She thought it was for men hugging each other. She just looked at me and walked out real slow. Shout out to Hey Noodle. You gotta be careful when Frankie Candles pulls out that calf cam. Oh no, the calf cam, guys. The calf cam died. The calf cam died. The calf cam is my phone. Hint, hint. The calf cam died, guys. So that's it for the calf cam. We're going to keep it on the stream deck. Maybe we'll bring it back if you guys want it. But yeah, so there you go. Calf cam over. But you guys got it. Baby cow reveal has happened. Okay. So looking at Matic here, your daily money flow is generally coming out as you're making lower highs on your way down here. Can't ignore that. Looking at the weekly, just want to see if there is... just want to see if there's anything here. Nothing too much to take away on this VWAP getting very, very close to that 0 line, if I'm seeing that correctly. Kind of hard to see. I think that VWAP is right. That is, what are we looking at here? This is hard to see. Okay, no, there we go. Okay, there's a whole mess of lines here. Your VWAP came down and is getting nice support here on that 0 line. Yeah, so your weekly, no green dot, but you are getting support on that 0 line. Let's see, 5-day printing that green dot. Your 6-day is a confirmed green dot. 5-day printing the green dot. 4-day already confirmed. 3-day is printing. Money flow looking pretty decent on these higher time frames, guys. That 3-day money flow looks pretty good to me with a nice round curvature to the upside. 2-day money flow into the green confirmed. It was confirmed a while ago. 16-hour in the green. Let's go down to the lower time frames. So in the short term, that is a dicey bearish divergence. That is as close as it gets, folks. Potential bearish divergence forming here on the 4-hour. As long as that wave doesn't come higher, it does look like you could print that. Let's see, you are out of the value area. Not an immense amount of new volume coming in here on the volume profile. You have a little spike here, but nothing crazy. 2-hour. 2-hour VWAP crossing over that 0 line, looking to print a red dot. 1-hour confirmed red dot. And, is it a bearish divergence? No bearish divergence. However, when you look from here, higher highs, lower highs, technically, even here, you have higher highs, lower highs showing a bearish divergence. Could cool off a little bit here. And I'm going to go over levels in just a second. 15-minute money flow coming out. Crypto Cyclops, shout out to you for the super chat. I do appreciate it, man. Hey, Frankie, XPR, Proton, not XRP, please. Yes, I did see that. The first 2 coins were XPR and XRP. Yes, we could take a look at that. Yeah, you guys are funny. Calf Cam, DJ, shout out to you. You guys are funny. Live Calf Cam 2022. V Slim, shout out to V Slim. Appreciate you, brother. Okay. So, we'll look at XPR as well. PYR and XPR are going to be the next coins we look at. Let's see. Money flow coming out on that 15-minute as your 4-hour VWAP curves off. Similar to Bitcoin, guys, this 4-hour red dot with the money flow in the lower time frames coming out is going to be what I'm looking for a potential cool off. But let's go ahead and find some new levels as I clean this chart up for you guys just a little bit here. Let's see. Boom. Let's go ahead and remove it all. Let's just excuse me. Actually, let's see. How much stuff do we have on this chart? Can we just, I say we nuke the whole thing. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Just peeking at some stuff here, guys. Just peeking at some stuff. Okay. All right. Let's see. As far as levels, let's get our VPVR up. Actually, shall we check out Lux Algo, guys? Let's take a look at the Lux Algo support and resistance indicator. Boom. There it is. I'm going to turn off pattern detection. Let's just turn that off. Boom. And let's see. So we do have an order block, guys. If you have not used Lux Algo, if you have Lux Algo and you have not used it in a few days, you may have not seen this update. They made a complete update to the support and resistance, actually to the whole thing. I will have videos coming out this week about these updates. Some pretty exciting changes going on with Lux Algo. They did raise their prices, but if you guys use our link in the description down below, if you want to sign up for Lux Algo, you will save 20%. We worked out that deal special for the CandleMafia with Sean from Lux Algo. This is the support and resistance indicator that they have, and they did add order blocks as well as market structure labeling. You can see you have a strong lower low here, and then you have a strong lower high, and it basically labels out your market structure, which is very helpful. They also added these white rectangles, which are order blocks, and they are dynamic, as in they fade off in time, right? As time goes on and they become weaker, they fade off, right? So that is very, very cool. But we do have an order block up here at about, starting at about 95 cents. So we could potentially see a rejection off of this level as you print that 4-hour red dot. or this is on the daily. Let's check that 4 hours, see if we have any. Yeah, I mean, even right here, if you grab your rectangle, bada boom, same deal, right? We're starting to come up against some strong resistance here. Could potentially see a rejection. And then you just generally have this level here as well. But let's pull up our VPVR as well. Boom. Pull her up. And let's see. Let's see here on the 4 hour. Where are we headed? Let's see. Let me turn this off for a minute just to clean things up. Boom. That's what we're looking for. Squish it down a bit. Okay. So this is actually not looking too bad. If we wind up getting a move to the upside, right? If we continue up, we don't have a whole lot of volume here. As you can see, big old volume gap. I'm actually going to mark this out with a rectangle here because, right at this level, this is kind of like that 25K level for Bitcoin. And if we could break into this purple box, you could get a super, super quick move to this value area high, which is coming in at about $1.45, right? So starting to get into some pretty interesting areas of interest on these coins as a lot of them are getting very close to some low volume gaps that could result in a quick move to the upside. Okay. Mr. Digital is back with the question. Okay. Oh man, must have been spamming this for so long. I apologize, dude. I will come back to this in a second. After we check out PYR, we'll go to Mr. Digital, and then we're going to wrap up the stream here. But for Matic, guys, this is it right here. This big volume gap right here, which is marked by this purple box. We are stuck on this massively high volume node. It is a point of control as well. So if we can, let's actually mark this out. There's your VAH. Here's your value area high. Bada boom. I did not need 3 of those lines. Did we get it? No, we did not get it. Oh, I guess we did. Okay, value area high, your POC, and then your value area low. Okay, so as you guys know, if we can hold on to this point of control, we could potentially get into that low volume gap and get that quick move up to about $1.44. If we lose the current level we are at, which is the POC, I would expect that next major stopping point to be right about here at about 59 to 60 cents. So if we lose that, we could get a quick move down. I would be a very quick move down to about 70 cents with an eventual touch, most likely on about 60 cents. So 60 cents below you. And if you can continue higher, your next, current level of resistance, right? The level that we are fighting up against right now on the micro, I'm going to zoom in here, is going to be this level right here at about 93 cents. So these are some of the levels I'm watching, guys. And again, looking to break into that low volume gap once we can get over, if we can hold that POC and break $1 essentially. If we can crack that dollar, or even, I would say this may be your actual barrier into that low volume area. So if we could break 105, we potentially could see that price rip up to about $1.45 very, very quickly. Here we go. Mafia question. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Says, how do you change the VRVP lines thinner or smaller? Okay, so I think this is what you're talking about. Is the lines on your VPVR. Mine, I think you're talking about the actual volume bars. If we can link my VPVR video, I show you guys the exact settings that I use, which I guess are right here. You guys can kind of just screenshot them. But if you want to learn more about the volume profiles, guys, which I do consider basically X-ray vision into the market, you could go ahead and check those videos out. I go in depth on volume profiles. We have much more volume profile content to come because this is one of the most useful tools while trading. This is the number one thing that I really wish I knew before when I first started trading. But in order to get your line, to get better lines here, you're probably getting these massive bars popping up, which is not what you want. Change your row size to 200. That will give you these tiny bars. And if you want to know more specific settings and how to use the volume profile, check out those videos. Hopefully we can link them in the chat. There you go. Look at that. Rob the Crypto Snob could not be more quick with it. Let's go. Shout out to you. But there you go. There is Matic, guys. There's some sauce, some levels for you, giving you that saucy sauce on Matic. Checking out PYR. Then we'll check out XPR. And then we will hit up Mr. Digital's question. I will not forget about you. Vulcan, here we go. This is for you, Lane. Let's go ahead and bada boom, bada boom. Here we go. Let's go ahead and pull some volume here. Let's pull it from here. Bada boom, bada boom. So, oh man. Okay. What happened? What happened? There we go. Boom, boom. There we go. Okay. So, taking a look here at PYR or Vulcan Forge. Let's see. Playing with that POC currently. Let's see. Let's look at Market Cipher first. Looking at the daily. Your daily money flow is coming out. VWAP kind of indecisive there. Your 12-hour VWAP coming down. Money flow in the red. Looking at your 4-hour, it's looking kind of sidewaysy. If I have to say one way or the other, it is looking somewhat neutral. Let's see. I got you, Lane. I got you. Okay. Yeah, 4-hour money flow coming out. Your 1 hour is printing that red dot with the VWAP coming down. 4-hour looking to print the green dot. Let's see what the money flow is doing on the lower time frame. So money flow is coming up on the 10-minute, generally coming up on the 12-minute, 15-minute. You're having higher lows here, so that is a good sign. 30-minute money flow crossover into the red. Looking at some of these higher time frames, yeah, I think you're probably just based off of this 8-hour red dot with the 24-minute and the 30-minute money flow in the red. It is looking like you could potentially cool off a little bit more here, and especially with that 1 hour, red dot. I'll give you some levels, Lane. Let's see. I would say these levels probably remain about the same. But yeah, I mean, you're just stuck here. You can see your volume coming in here as you range around here. But, you know, your next major area is going to be that value area high at about $3.89 or $3.90, if you will. And then you do have a high volume node coming in at about $3.68. So if you come down that first level, I would watch would be this value area high at about $3.90. Let's see if we have any confluence at all. And look at that. Perfect confluence with that local golden pocket. So, you know, typically, you know, if you have a big run up, a price does like to pull back to that golden pocket before continuing to the upside. But the way that 8-hour red dot and the money flow is coming on, the money flow, someone's playing music back there. With the money flow coming out on the lower time frames, I do think you could potentially break back below this value area high, in which case you would get a move down to this golden pocket and potentially, you know, if things get, you know, if you get a decent correction down, I'd watch that golden pocket. But if you come lower, keep an eye right here at about, you know, $3.80. And then again, that high volume node at about $3.68. But again, 8-hour red dot with your 24 and 30-minute money flows coming out could potentially bring you down a little bit more for Vulcan Forge. That one's for you, Mr. Lane Hughes. What is going on, brother? Thank you for being here, man. Okay, let's go. Hey, AZ. I didn't forget about you. Don't worry. We'll take a look at Luna. I got you. And then, what was it? XPR. And then we got to answer Mr. Digital. And then we will check out Luna. Well, we'll go XPR, Luna. All right, guys. Don't mind that. That's a I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's a dehumidifier going off. Okay, so XPR KuCoin Tether. Let's check it out. Bada boom, bada boom. Okay, yeah, we're running. We're okay on time. Looking at the daily, nice little popski here. Momentum moving to the upside on Market Cipher B. You have that confirmed green dot. Money flow crossover into the green as well. Let's keep moving on here. Your 12-hour. These VWAPs have been above the zero line for quite some time. These are likely to bring you back down, you know, somewhat soon here. Yeah, your 6-hour looking to print a red dot, but you are getting the money flow crossover. So the money flow crossover is generally bullish. but that VWAP could just bring you down for a cool off, right? And you can see you came right up to that value area high, and then now you are back inside of that value area. You came out of the value area, no volume, and you come right back down, right? Right back into that value area. The value area acts as a magnet. Okay, 4 hour low, yeah, red dot printing on that 4 hour, no bearish divergence, but 4 hour. Let's see the lower time frames. Money flow is coming out on the 12 minute, looking to cross over into the red. 15 minutes starting to come out as your 4 hour is starting to print a red dot here. So you may be cooling off here. Let's just okay, there we go. Trying to find our real levels here. Yeah, I would say, yeah, these are probably good. I would say right here. These are the levels I would watch. Boom, you have a high volume node right here, or your value area high, your POC, and your value area low. But you could see here, yeah, you come up with this low volume gap. You get a nice little shot up, but you couldn't close the candles. You come back down. So right now, with that 4 hour red dot, if you continue to see a cool off here on XPR, if you continue to come down, one of those levels I would watch, and I'm going to pull a Fibonacci real quick just to see if we can get any confluence. I'm going to pull it from the low all the way to the high here. So you do have a little bit of confluence on XPR on your point of control and your golden pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that off with a purple box, right? So this is where I would expect you to likely pull back to. Right now, currently, you are above the point of control, which as you're above the point of control, you would expect to come up to visit the value area high. But you may get a cool off and retest that point of control before getting your bounce up. So on if you come down, I would be looking at about 0.002 cents. And if you come to the upside, I would be looking at your value area high as your next major level of resistance, and that is coming in at 0.0034. So I just put the microphone in my mouth. But money flow coming back into the red on the 4 hour as well. So a lot of times, guys, when you have your VWAP crossing over into the red with your money flow, that is a pretty bearish sign. Hey, shout out to Jason Casper with the $50 super chat. God bless you, bro. Keep it up. Hey, God bless you, Jason. Shout out to Jason Casper, guys. Go check out Jason Casper's YouTube channel. He makes some killer content. The thing I like about Jason's content is, number one, the TA is top-notch. Top-notch TA. His trades are absolutely savage, guys. If you catch Jason Casper scalping New York Open, it is a sight to see. I enjoy watching it. It's super, super fun. He's also hilarious. Yeah, insane. And fun fact, guy is absolutely jacked. Savage. But yeah, guys, go check out Jason Casper. Hey, Jason, I appreciate you for being in here, bro. Shout out to you, man. Hopefully we can get you on the channel here pretty soon. Guys, go follow Jason Casper. Mods, if we could get his link in. Oh, there we go. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, if we could throw Jason's what is it called? YouTube link in the chat. I'm sure a lot of you guys already follow him, but if you are not following Jason Casper, trust me, you guys are missing out on some top tier content. That is for sure. But yeah, taking a look here, guys. XPR again, red dot on the 4 hour. Lower time frames. Money flow is generally coming out. Your 10, your 12, 15 minute generally coming out. So yeah, but those levels I would be looking at is going to be, if you continue to fall here, this purple box is where I would expect to find some kind of support. And again, the reason I got these levels. We didn't just randomly find these levels. You have a point of control as well as a local golden pocket. So you do have some confluence there. So there are some levels to keep an eye out for on XPR. Let's see. Shout out to Frankie and Casper. Shout out Toby. What is going on? There you go. There's Jason's YouTube channel, guys. Go check him out. But moving on to Terra Classic. This is highly anticipated. Let's see. There she is. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's get rid of some of these lines here. Okay, so coming over to the daily, guys. Oh man, Jason, you might. I don't know if you're still in here, bro, but I don't know if you watched the stream, but if you scrub back, dude, we got a calf cam uh, hooked up down here, bro. Because people talk about my calves. I don't know why, but we got a calf cam. Check it out. Yeah, you might find it funny. Okay, so here you go. Look at this, guys. Look at this. All right. So for Terra Classic on the daily, your VWAP has crossed over to the zero with your cross over the zero line to the downside with your money flow crossing over into the green. Obviously, this thing has gone absolutely ballistic. But we haven't looked at this in a couple days. But guys, look at how this thing pulled back directly to this. I mean, we have not looked at this in days, but it has pulled back almost like, look at that, pulls right back to that golden pocket, wicks perfectly to the golden pocket there. As I said, a lot of times you get that big pump, right? And then price likes to pull back to that golden pocket before potentially continuing higher. So keep an eye on that. But again, it does look like your daily could potentially have a little more room to come down here. Your 12-hour VWAP below the zero line, money flow generally coming out. Massive bearish divergences here, guys. Boom, you're making massive higher highs with, with a lower lows on market cipher. B, this is how you could have seen this coming. This one got stepped on. I actually I put these bearish divergences in the Discord, and they got absolutely stepped on. I think it was like from here to here. This one I was called, wow, massive bearish divergence. Boom, lower highs, higher highs, and it just absolutely ripped through. But then we printed, one more, and then that was the one to finally bring the thing down. And it pulled right back down to that golden pocket, which was, probably the level I pulled for this bearish divergence. But we just came up one more leg before coming down and touching that golden pocket perfectly. But it does look like you could start to find a bottom here. It looks like you have a little bit further to go. However, it does look like you will find a local bottom here at some point pretty soon. As your 8-hour and your 6-hour start to curve up here, money flow coming out though. So your VWAPs are coming up, but your money flow is generally coming out on your 8-hour, your 6-hour, your 5-hour, and then your 4-hour is crossing over into the red. So this is actually looking much more bearish than a lot of other stuff. The thing went absolutely crazy. Or no, maybe this was the bearish divergence that we put in. When was this? No, I don't think it was that long ago. But you could see here, like even these, maybe that wasn't. I don't know. But yeah, money flow on the 4-hour coming out. 5-hour looking to cross over soon. This thing looks like it wants to cool off a bit more. With your money flow on the medium time frames, like the 4, 5, 6, and 8-hour generally coming out. Potentially look for this thing to come down a little bit more. Hard to say. However, your daily is looking like it could be. Hard to say. Daily looks like it could round off soon. But that's the thing, right? Your VWAP is going to round off, but your money flow coming out has got me feeling a little more generally bearish about Luna. Also, guys, this thing, I stay far away from this stuff. TA, as you can see, these bearish divergences just keep getting pushed through. It's hard sometimes to do TA on things that go completely explosive like this. The TA is just not as respected on things like this. Same thing with like meme coins is like, it's a bearish divergence, and then like it just 10x's again. Shout out to Solar Flare for the super chat. Frankie, I know you're getting to the end of the show, but could you do real quick review of Rose? Yes, I can. I will. So we did XPR, Luna C. Yes, we will check Rose in a second. Mrs. Candles, remind me to do Rose before we... I'm going to spin the wheel. Solar Flare, stick around. I will do Rose in a little bit, but I do want to try to answer Mr. Digital's question. Because that was really, really okay. All right, let's see. Mr. Digital, where did you go? There he is. Okay, 4-hour BTC chart. Go to the 4-hour BTC chart, then pull a diagonal line from all-time high down the tops. Then the ETH merge falls perfectly on major resistance in 2 days. Could make ETH merge a buy the rumor, sell the news event, which is kind of my gut feeling, which you don't want to go off your gut feeling, but that's my gut feeling. Okay, so 4-hour. Okay, let's do this. Let us do this. Boom. 4-hour. Bada bing. Get rid of this. Boom. Okay, so 4-hour chart to the all-time high. Bada boom. Uh, okay, so you want a diagonal line. Boom, to the highs. Yeah, it is so hard to do this like through writing. So pull it to the tops. This is yeah, so this is that's the thing. Like you might be on log, you might be on non-log. That might make a difference. Maybe that's what you're looking at. All-time high. And then boom. Yeah, you must be looking at non-log is my guess. Boom, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Let's look at the one. Yeah. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. It is basically on our macro downtrend, right? Our macro trend line. We're coming up to that as well, right? So maybe we saw the excitement of all this ETH stuff pump ETH, right? ETH is up 100%, right? From the bottom or even more. So we're seeing this thing, right? All this stuff is coming to a head. And we're coming up to that macro downtrend line, right? So that could potentially reject. We could potentially reject off of that, and then maybe get come back down to these lows and potentially break them and come lower. We'll have to see what happens. But shout out to Mr. Digital. Let's go. Shout out to you. We got it, baby. We got it. We made it. We made it. Okay. Looks to me that if we get a retest, we are in perfect line to hit massive resistance on ETH merge. Yeah, and now we're pumping nicely, so it could get bloody on the merge day. Need to close above 22.8 in 2 days. Yes, I would generally agree with that. Shout out to Mr. Digital. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Okay, so we got it. He said yes. That is what we were looking at. Okay, guys, so close to 600 likes, guys. If we get 600 likes, I'll give you guys 10 spins on the wheel to start off this Monday. Let's go. All right, let's see. Okay. What were we gonna look at next? Was there one more thing, or did we do everything? Well, Rose. We'll do Rose real quick because we have time, and then we will spin that dang wheel. Let's see what Rose is doing, guys. Rose. Bada boom. Okay, here we go. Bang. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and remove all these levels. Wow, look at this. Okay. I'm probably okay. Shout out to Frankie. Shout out to Mr. Digital. Let's go. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Okay. So for Rose, I will say this. I'm probably going to buy some Rose when I get off the stream, just so you know. I know some people just like to know what I buy. It's not every day that I get off a stream and buy something. I've been looking at Rose for a good time to pick it up, and honestly, just looking at this daily is just kind of making me think like, if for some reason things do start going nuts, like I want to pick up some Rose because if this thing goes nuts, I want to grab some. Okay, so looking at Rose, let's pull up our VPVR. Actually, before we do that, let's look at our daily. Same thing as Bitcoin, looking to potentially cool off here or come down just a little bit as your VWAP on the daily comes towards that zero line. 16-hour red dot is printing with your money flow starting to curve back over. Your 12-hour. Looking to print that red dot pretty soon. 8-hour printing that red dot as well. Gonna check the money flow on the lower time frames pretty soon here. Do we have a blood diamond or anything on this? No. Okay. 4-hour blood diamond. There it is. Confirmed in all of its glory, guys. 4-hour blood diamond. This actually looks pretty bearish. In my opinion. What's the money flow doing on the? Yeah, 4-hour money flow coming out with the blood diamond. Let's see the lower time frames. 10-minute money flow crossover into the red, more bearish. 12-minute looking to crossover. 15-minute coming down towards that zero line. So I am feeling a little more bearish on Rose just for this blood diamond. Could potentially bring us down just a little bit more. 2-hour blood diamond confirmed as well with your money flow generally coming out. 30-minute money flow looking to cross over into the red. Yeah, you're getting that 8-hour red dot as well. So I think you could potentially come down just a little bit more with rain down on the likes. Let's go. Shout out to Cryptid Bees. Let's see. Let's dump. Shorts are ready. Let's go. Undo. Okay. So, yeah, generally, I would think that you're going to come down a little bit more, especially with that 4-hour confirmed blood diamond. Yeah. Let me try to find some levels for you guys. Bada boom, bada boom, bada bing. Okay, here we go. Okay, looking at that PPVR. Guys, look at that. Look at that volume gap. Boom. That is a huge volume gap right there. I'm going to go ahead and put some levels here. Yeah. So, if you can break this level, obviously I would say this is really the level you need to break right here. We'll put this resistance right here. If we could break this point of control, I do think it would be likely that we come up and test this 11-cent area. However, if you break this 11-cent area, right? If you hop on top of here, come up, if you flip this 11-cent area, you could potentially break into this low volume gap and move all the way up here to about 20 cents. And that could potentially happen very, very quickly. Because as you can see, the last time we came up and broke this level right here, price got moving very quickly to the upside. And when we broke that level to the downside, price came down very quickly. So chances of us breaking this level and coming up very quickly are very high, in my opinion, if we can crack that level. I do think 20 cents is going to be a quick teleportation as long as you can break that 10-cent level. So, guys, with all that being said, I think that's all the time we have for tonight's stream. Let's go ahead and pull up our Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. Now is your chance to hit that like button if you have not already. If we hit 600 likes before we actually finish spinning the wheel, I will give you guys those 10 spins. So smash up that like button right now if you guys want to spin that wheel 10 times. Here we go. Let's see if we can rack up some giveaways. Screen, Frankie, share the screen. Yes, here we go. Oh no. Here we go. It is spinning, guys. It is spinning. Hopefully, there we go. Bada boom. Oh no. Guys, we have a problem. My box being on the left-hand side of the screen is much better for the TA, but not as good for the wheel spins. But yeah, here we go. Let's see. Bada boom. Flux. Link for wheel. Like it. Like the video. Like the stream to get 10 spins on that wheel. 3 spins in, baby. It's going to be 5 spins. If we hit 600, I'll give you guys 10. And yeah. Oh, God. What are you guys talking about? Did I miss Gala? John, we actually did not have time to get to Gala. I apologize. Bada boom. Here we go. Wow. The wheel is rug pulling right now. Dang. Here we go. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Is this going to be the first time there's no giveaways on the wheel? I doubt it. I feel like it's never happened and never going to happen. There it is. Give them a giveaway. Let's go. What was that? That was 5 spins, 570 likes, guys. So dang close. But with all that being said, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys who tuned in tonight and stayed all the way till the end of the stream. 357 people still in here. Steep drop off today. But with all that being said, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, go check out Debate Crypto. They are live right now. We do the charts. We do the trading. I show you guys all the tricks to the volume profiles, and they do the news. They do the fundamentals. So go check them out. They're spitting some really good knowledge. They're the yin to our yang. Go check out Debate Crypto live right now. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time that I got for tonight. I got to come up with an official ending, guys. I wish I had the calf cam because I would definitely end it on the calf cam. But the phone is dead. So when the wheel is bearish, the market is bullish. That is dang right. Let's go. Bing bong. Have a good evening, y'all. But yeah, guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight. I got to go get this BitBoy crypto video done. I'm actually running out of time. Ran a little bit late tonight, but I never mind it. But yeah. With all that being said, guys, I need to come up with an intro because I never know what to say. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You guys are the absolute best community on YouTube. I will potentially see you guys in the Discord tonight, or maybe I'll take the night off. I don't know. We'll see. If something crazy happens with Bitcoin or I see anything interesting, I will hop in that Discord. But with all that being said, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Same place, same time, right here, 5:45. So you like that? 5:45. Real quick, subtle. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
Bing bong.